Good morning. Just when you thought you saw the last of me, I'm back. I've been asked to speak about ComTax, an executive education program that I chair at Harvard University. But to place ComTax in a broader global context, I thought I'd talk about the 10 hottest issues in tax policy and tax administration that have emerged in ComTax over the past 5 years. And be forewarned, I'm going to leave some time at the end of this session for questions, so be prepared with some scintillating questions for us. Okay? So I suppose the first question is, what is ComTax? ComTax is an abbreviation for Comparative Tax Policy and Administration. It's a Harvard Kennedy School Executive Education program. It runs for 2 weeks in August on the Harvard Kennedy School campus in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The idea is to bring together high-level practitioners from government, academia, and the private sector to examine the latest developments in the design and implementation of tax systems around the world. So it's not a program on how to implement your own tax systems. Every country has their own training. It's not for low or mid-level operational officials, but it's for very senior managers who do policy, strategic planning, and oversight of field operations. It really focuses on adapting tax theory to field realities. The theory we know is pretty simple. Life is much more complicated than the theory. And what we try to do is to cover the context of taxation, tax instruments and institutions, and tax reform. And the style, it's not lecture, somebody speaks, you write, you remember, and you repeat back. These are very senior professionals from public and private sector, so it's really interactive, facilitated learning, it's case-based learning, and for me, it's a really great job. I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm actually paid to learn from the ComTax participants. The collective knowledge of the participants is much greater than any faculty member standing in front of the room. So the idea is to try to facilitate learning from each other, and if faculty can add a little bit, this is good. Participants in ComTax from Africa to date. Since ComTax was launched in 2009, we have had 49 participants from 12 African countries. I'll put them up there and see if you notice any significant country missing. Okay, Republic of South Africa, where are you? We're waiting. Who will be the first participant in ComTax from South Africa? This is the question for us. So that's enough about the program. I'd be happy to answer any more questions at the end of this session about ComTax. But I'd like to shift now to the top 10 challenges or the 10 greatest hits right now. So the first one is the relationship between taxation and development. What is the appropriate use of tax incentives to promote non-tax objectives? For example, tax incentives to encourage investment in specified sectors or locations. Maybe you're trying to encourage investment in manufacturing or try to encourage investment in a poor part of a country. Or taxes to discourage consumption of specified goods or services. These are our sin taxes to try to discourage things like drinking, smoking, and other bads. Or taxes to try to alter production decisions. For example, taxes to encourage production of green cars or maybe green technology for buildings, things like that. And some of the subsidiary issues under this general question include, how do you recognize